Hey everybody, it's Sam here, and today I'm going to show you how to make this very fun gift box. It has 7 smaller boxes inside this larger box. It's very easy. You don't need any specialty dies. If you want to cut the aperture, then I've used an oval die for that, but you could easily cut that as a square shape just using your scissors and a ruler. So hopefully there's something, you know, everyone's going to be able to achieve something similar. And then you just open the top. Done a slightly different closure, but again, if you've made lots of gift boxes, then you can adapt that if you want. And then all these boxes fall out, and these on their own are really nice as well. You can see nice little size there. And yeah, just another fun way to give a gift. I think it's really interesting for the recipient to open this up as well, and then they all go back on together. And yeah, you have your lovely gift box. So let me show you how to make it. So first of all, we're going to make the boxes. So I've already done 6, so I'm going to do the 7th one with you. I've done mine all different colours because I'm not going to be adding pattern paper. If you do yours all in the same colour, cardstock, then covering them with pattern paper will look really nice. So a couple of options there, but because I'm putting pattern paper on the front of the main box, I just thought it'd be nice to just have the boxes inside plain. So you're going to want to cut yourself 7 pieces of 8.5. And along the long side, you're going to score at 1, 4, 5 and 8. And then rotate so that 1/2 inch tab is along the bottom. And you're going to score at 1, 4 and 5. You want to do that on all 7 pieces. Fold and burnish all your score lines. Okay, and then we're going to do some cutting. So along the bottom, you're going to cut, first of all, up to the first score line. Along all of those score lines there. And then when you get to the end, you just want to remove that one completely, and then just cut a little wedge off of that piece. Cut a little wedge off of the sides of the little square ones here. Okay, and then come along this side. You're going to cut down this one and then remove this whole section. So down past this score line, right down to the bottom. And again, just take a wedge off there. So we've got our tab now. And then come along this side, and you want to cut down all of these score lines. This time you're going to go past the first score line and cut down to the second. So that one, and that one. And then this whole section we're going to remove completely. So I'm going to take my longer scissors. Like so. And then the sections above the 2 squares here, you just want to remove that completely as well. Okay. Don't cut anything off the top now, just leave all that for the minute. Then flip it over, and you're going to add your glue all down your 1/2 inch tab here. And then fold that one over. And it should all lay nice and flat. And then just back again. Okay, and then along the bottom, just fold one of the sides down. And again, I'm going to add my glue all over the bottom, and fold in each side. And then add my glue all on this piece. And then fold that down. Flip it over, and you can just go inside there and just make sure all that glue is all spread out. Okay, so now when we go to close it, we want these to close, like be self-closing. Sometimes you won't have to cut anything into it. You want them to be a snug fit, but I always find you'll probably need to cut a little bit away from these outer sides here, so just a little bit, because you want this to be able to slot in against these. So it's usually just the bit of the score line that I'm removing, and then on the sides here, just the smallest amount. Little slither, like so. And now you should be able to slide that in, and it will close up nicely. Okay, so you just want to repeat that now. So you've got the 7 boxes. If you want, you can add a little finger pull. I mean, if someone's got their nails, they can get into the box quite easily. But if you just punch, this is just a little 1 inch. This is just a little 1/2 inch punch, and I'm just punching half of a semicircle out there. And then when that goes back in, it just means they've got an easier way to get into the box. So I'm just going to do that on the rest. Okay, so pop all those to one side and then we can make the main box. So with a lot of the makes I'm doing for the Mother's Day series, there's a lot of ones where there's kind of 2 boxes in one. So you've got all these great little boxes, you know, they're going to make nice little stocking stuffers, stocking fillers. You know, you might want to just make them on their own. And then this is going to be a lovely box as well. So this one's going to have, well, I'm going to create an aperture in it. However, that's optional. What you want to do is cut yourself 2 pieces of 6 3/4 by 11 3/4. Along the long side, you're going to score at 2 and 9 1/2. Rotate it, and then you're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 3 5/8. Okay, so do that twice. And also, while you've got your scoreboard, you'll want to cut yourself, if you want to add the aperture, you want a piece of acetate that is 5 3/4 by 7, and along the 5 3/4 side you want to score at 2 7/8. So I've already scored down through the middle there, and then I've ran some red tape just around the sides there. So fold and burnish all of the score lines on both pieces. Okay, now I've already got this one ready here. So you want to, starting from the bottom, you're just going to cut up both of the score lines to the first score line. Cut that one away completely and just cut a little wedge off there, and then rotate it all the way around and cut down again from the top and again. Like so, and then cut a little wedge like that. The papers I'm using are from this pad here, which is available as a download, and it's the Showstoppers too. It's got beautiful florals in this one. So you'll want to cut yourself 4 pieces, regardless of whether you're doing the aperture or not, but 4 pieces that are 2 7/8 by 7 1/4, and you want to stick them on all of these sections. Okay, so I'm going to now use the one that I'd already prepared, and I'm going to cut an aperture into this. So I'm going to use an oval shape, and I've featured these 2 together before. I think they work well. All of the Creative Craft products, their nesting dies coordinate with each other, so different like styles. So this is the filigree border oval, and it coordinates really nicely with the inverted scallop. So I'm going to cut the inverted scallop first, and then what I've already done with this holographic card is I've then taken the filigree, pop this one back in the middle, add some tape so they're like one die, and you've got a nice equal frame, and then just run that through your machine and you get your frame. So that's going to neatly fit over this piece once it's cut. It just so happens that it's kept all the pieces in. I could easily pop them out, but I think I'm going to keep them in. I actually quite like it, and I think because this is a busy paper, if I was to pop them all out, you wouldn't really see the detail anyway. So when I go to stick this down, I'm going to run some red tape right over that so that it doesn't, you know, they don't fall out. For the sizes, if you've got any of those die sets, this is the one, the filigree is the one that's closest to 6 1/2 by 5 1/4. And then my actual aperture size is going to be, it's 5 1/2 by 4 1/2. So I'm just going to place this one down in the middle. Make sure I've got it kind of equally spaced on the top and the bottom and the sides there. Okay, so carefully pop that out, and then I'm just going to add that tape all around this one. Okay, and then just going to carefully line this back up, make sure I get the scallops all in place. That looks about right. Give that a good burnish, and then flip it over, and I'm now going to stick this piece in. So just, you might want to reinforce the fold a bit there over that piece, but that should sit neatly in there. So we've got that nice feature on the front. So take the backing off of this, and I'm going to keep it folded as I stick it in because that's how this box is going to stay. So I'm just going to make sure I've got it equally along the top and the bottom, butt it right up into that fold, like so. Drop that back side down, and then just line up this side here. I'll fold the whole thing over, make sure that's all burnished nicely. Okay, so now we can stick all of this together. So I'm going to add some glue all down the tab here. Sit this one over the top. Just make sure your base score line, they all line up. Okay, and then flip the whole thing over, fold the end over, and add your glue again all down there, and then fold this one over. Just give that all a minute to dry. So I've just popped the boxes inside. I just wanted to check that they all fit before I stick it together. I think it looks really, really cool. So what I would suggest you do is actually put the boxes in and then stick it all down, so then you've got something to kind of push against. So with the base here, I'm just going to add some glue just kind of across the middle part there, because it doesn't go right across. And then I can just add the glue now to the back of both of these pieces. This is just going to reinforce it as well. And then again, that one. I forgot to snip off any of the side pieces, but what I might do actually is put a piece of card right over the bottom of this, because that's, you know, I always say in my videos to cut a little wedge off of the edges, and it's for this reason, because you sometimes get little bits that come over the edge. So what I'm going to do is cut myself a piece of card that is 3 1/8 squared, and just sit that over the bottom in a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that one over the bottom. So we've got a nice strong base. That just tidies that up a little bit. And then for the top, I'm doing this a little bit different, because I wanted to get this box size from my A4 card rather than 12 by 12. And what I thought would be quite nice with this is I'm going to have string coming through, so you can almost kind of hang it. So starting with the bottom one, you just want to grab a pencil, pen, just something that you can mark the middle, like so. So the middle of this square. And then I'm just going to punch that one out. Okay, then lay down the opposite one first, and then that one over the top. And again, draw a pencil mark, and then the next one, pencil mark, and then that one. Punch them all out, and then they will all line up with each other. And then I'm going to fold the back two down and then the front two. Okay, so I've got this nice yellow ribbon, and I'm just going to, the length is entirely up to you. This is the front, so the back two is what I want to work with first. So I'm going to pop it through this one, so it's looped. I think that's probably enough. And then I'm going to snip away the excess. So the full length of this piece is looking at about 12 inches. And then I'm going to just want to keep this concealed so it's nice and tidy. So I'm going to add a little glue kind of around this part. Open it up. In fact, I'm going to cut some more away as well. There we go. It's very small. I'm going to open this up so that half can stick to one side, half on the other. Just kind of hold that there for a second, and then I'm going to punch. This is a 1 1/4 punch, and then I'm going to stick that over this part and add some glue onto this part, so it just conceals it, and that's going to be nice and strong as well. And then take the other back one, pop it through that one first, like so. And then it's up to you which one at the front. Go for this one on the left. And then the last one. Pull that carefully through. There we go. I'm not going to pull that too much because I want that to dry. So I'm just going to apply some pressure on that for a minute and give that a minute to set. Okay, so there is the finished gift box. I love this. It's another really cool, fun packaging idea. I did add another little circle on the top there. So again, that can all now just come through. It's nice and strong. So I can just pull each one through like so. There we go. And then you can access all of the boxes. And again, once they've got things in them, they're going to be obviously heavier, so they'll probably fall down easier and fall out easier as well. But I love it. I think it's really good, really interesting. Again, going to work great for so many occasions. I could see this for Christmas with the snowflake acetate, or that snowfall acetate that I've got. I think that would look really nice. You could have some little characters on the side here, build up a little scene. I think it'll look wonderful. So thank you for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed another fun packaging idea from me. I will have all of my unusual packaging ideas in the playlist just up here. You'll be able to find links to the products that I've used today just here and also in the description box below. And if you haven't subscribed and you've enjoyed today, please click here and that way you won't miss out on any future videos. See you all again soon. Bye.